Hello everyone, Vito's 832 back with another review, and these are the Arcanum playing cards from Gambler's Warehouse, playingcards.net. I'm not sure if I have it up here. My phone, up, there it is. Just a quick look at the project. It tells me these cards are, well, if it hurries up and loads up, I can tell you. Basically, they were designed, it's related to the Halloween and All Saints Day, kind of designed to symbolize and remember people who have passed on. And for some reason it's not loading up. Here we go. Closely associated with the celebration takes place October 31st, November 1st, and November 2nd, and November 2nd. Yeah. In connection with the Triduum of Hallowtide. This is Hallows Day, Hallowmas, and All Souls Day. So, All Hallows Eve, Hallowmas, and All Souls Day. This is pretty interesting. And it says the holiday focuses on gatherings of family and friends to pray for and remember friends and family members who have died. Arcanum connects living people with the souls of dead. So that's what you get with this deck. It says that each time you hold this deck of Arcanum, you remember and pay tribute to all saints and souls of our native people. So that's pretty interesting. The front of the box does say Arcanum. You see a skull with, or a spade pick with a skull. There's another skull up top. This is nicely embossed, as you can probably tell. It's supposed to have gold foil, but I don't know if that really is foil. But this whole gold symbol is embossed. This one, the white one, you see there's all sorts of line work. They don't have that on the gold. Maybe that's part of what is got the foil on the sides. The sides, there is that gold color, so maybe that's the foil. You get that on both sides and the top. The bottom, playingcards.net logo, and it says by Gambler's Warehouse. It seems kind of redundant to say it's distributed by playingcards.net by Gambler's Warehouse. Why not just have one company name and branding? It's just, it's kind of ridiculous. It says made by USPC. The back, you get a similar symbol to the front, except the inside is different. It's no spade tip. And it says TDS, which is the designer. I don't know who's the guy's name is. You can actually see here where the embossing is a little bit, so that's pretty cool. There's no seal, there's nothing on the flaps. The inside of the box has this beautiful pattern. So it reminds me a bit of like a wallpaper or something. You do get inside a couple of blank cards. This is what the blank card looks like, because that's what the faces look like. And there's actually two of those. I don't understand why there's two and not a double backer. But it is what it is. I don't think there's a gaff or anything. The back is a gold color with skulls and a red butterfly. Kind of interesting. Seems a little bit uneven border-wise. Like I think the top and the bottom is a lot thicker than the sides. It would have been nice if it was even. And that kind of has the same thing on the faces a little bit. Joker, you got this one in gold. It's definitely metallic inks. It says Joker in the corners. And it's a skeleton. It is dressed up like a Joker. He's got a flower and a crown as well. The other Joker, however, excuse me, is a silver color, no metallic ink, but he's got a red J, the red rose, and red on the crown. It really makes it kind of stand out. But other than that, Joker's in black, and it's just black and silver color-wise. All the pips have gold metallic ink. They got skulls, custom indexes as well. There's the aces. Very cool. Look at the quote cards. Just a lot of skeletons. Hearts and diamonds have red indexes. There's no pips on the quote cards, which makes it a little bit hard to distinguish than if it had suit indicators, but it is what it is. Just a minor grievance. As you can see, there's some that are Aboriginal looking, some that are like Asian looking, some maybe Hispanic looking, demonic looking. It's kind of all over the place. And then your clubs, or your pips I should say, there's your spades, hearts, diamonds, or sorry, spades, hearts, clubs, then there's the diamonds. I'm confused for some reason. But as you can see, very nicely done, completely custom. Almost a little bit too much detail in the back, or on the faces, sorry, and also on the back a little bit. But it's just a minor complaint. It's got good stock and finish, and apparently I bent my card. That's crappy. I'll fix that up a little bit. It says casino quality playing card stock. Obviously it's got a Arcanum finish. It is what it is. Let's look at the other one quickly. I want to show you this one quickly. Same thing on the flaps and the inside. Shit! Why does that always have to happen to me? Well, give me a second while I put myself back together here. I'm falling apart. I lost everything that I had set up. Crap. Yeah, you kind of get to see the cards a little bit here. And I'm going to pick up whatever I lost. It apparently might have been one joker. And I'm throwing more cards on the ground. I apologize very much. Oh, there it is. Boom, there it is. Okay, now that I've got myself put back together here, we can continue. I apologize. Just throw cards everywhere. Why not? We'll change things up. So you get the blank cards again. You've got black faces, black backs. As you can see, there's no more red butterfly. It's all gold. Also, you don't have all those extra line details. Just like the box. It doesn't have those extra details in there. You do, however, still get 2 blank cards again. A little bit unnecessary. And again, seems like a lot more black on top and bottom than the sides, which could have been fixed up for sure. You get the one joker, same as the other one, in gold. Then you get the other joker, which is silver with no red elements in it this time, like the previous one. Your aces, same thing. One thing you will notice in this one, however, is that there is no red indexes. It's completely gold throughout. Hearts and diamonds, spades and clubs. Which is something I'm not always a big fan of. I always prefer, at the very least, the indexes, if not the faces, have some kind of a variation between, you know, the red suits and the black suits. Court cards, more the same. I'll just show you a few. They're the same thing. They still have, I believe, the little metallic ink. And then the number cards, like I said, they're all gold. And again, you can see there's just a little bit too much detail because it almost seems like the pips get buried in there. One thing I did notice, I don't know if you can tell, I spread through them, is some of the colors, or some of the gold colors, are a little bit faded. Especially when you see the 5 clubs there, quite faded. It's a little bit disappointing, but it's a minor little thing. Again, good stock and finish. Overall, not a bad deck. There's some minor things that could have been better. Handling wise, it's pretty good. So I will say, as far as handling is concerned, you know, maybe 4 out of 5. Style wise, it's pretty cool. I like that there's obviously differences between the black deck and the white deck, but I think there's a little bit too much detail in some ways, so I will say 3.5 out of 5. Could have been a little bit better. I appreciate the theme though and the idea. And then usability, it's not bad. Again, the lack of pips, suit indicators on the court cards makes it a little bit difficult to determine what that is at first glance, but it's a minor thing. And then also the pips, the way they are, might throw some people off. But it's still usable for cards and perhaps Magic. I'll say 3.5 out of 5 for usability. Overall, I'll give it a 3 3/4, or sorry, yeah, 3 3/4 out of 5. My apologies. And that is that, the Arcanum playing cards. Get them at Gambler's Warehouse. Also at Collectible Playing Cards, use BJose32 to get 10% off the order. And check out all the links in the description box. I apologize for the big mess there, and I will see you next time with hopefully a better review. Alright, see ya.